All right, back to this. Um, yeah, in the previous part, well, the previous part is actually really short, but basically we made it to the Tierra library and went through the abandoned wing all the way up until basically our interaction with whatever interaction we would have regarding Nora, Damien, Zachary, who's the librarian, and this apparent orb, which takes the place of like a normal which takes the place of the prophecy, or maybe even is the prophecy. Apparently, people have gone to it before. No one's really like been able to do anything. But obviously, I think when we go to it, something will happen. So I want to save that for a completely different part so we can get out of the way. I mean, I already know what's going to happen because what is it? I made it past this part in my first playthrough, original playthrough, or whatnot. But I did want to save it for another part because ultimately there is a battle involved that I need to prep for. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense now, but it'll become obvious. I trained to level 51. I don't think, I mean, the level cap for this battle is level 53. So if I lose, then ultimately just, I guess, I'll train up to level 53, which is actually nice because a decent chunk of my Pokemon learn moves at level 53, but I honestly really couldn't have been bothered to train all the way to level 53. One thing I did do was spend more money on a Carbos. I gave more Carbos to Cleaver, so now it's even faster. And then also I bought 3 more Hyper Potions because I used all my Hyper Potions in the battle with Nora, but I still had my revives. So I would need Hyper Potions, or it'd be considering I have a max revive and 2 revives, it makes sense for me to have Hyper Potions for this battle. So, but forgot about this theme or whatnot. But okay, Zachary's still here, but obviously he's gonna show up once we get to the part in the abandoned wing regarding the orb of prophecy. And also you can see those are actually posters of a Yarn or whatnot, or pictures of Yarn. I didn't realize they were a Yarn or whatnot, but I looked and they are. So I think that's really interesting. Yeah, honestly, this is really this is a really nice touch. That's like really cool. It's something they didn't need to do, but yeah, and also we're presumably gonna get a lot of encounters here. I didn't buy any. That lady just walked right into my Pokemon. Well, I guess they really are intangible then if they can do that. I just saw that. Hold on, can we walk through them? I never. Okay, we can't, but she walked through my. Anyway, let's ignore that. Because in the previous runner playthrough I did, which was like from a save of 2 years ago, I think that wasn't something that those people weren't that transparent, or at least I don't remember them being transparent. So we're just gonna run. I don't need to train them already at level 51. Yeah, I just wanted a bit of time to kind of explain what I was doing or what I planned on doing. Because yeah, I mean, and also this is just another thing, but yeah, basically I need to go one more higher. Basically I'm gonna stop this playthrough, this sort of like second run recording, get back to where I left off on the first run. That was kind of my whole goal, back to where I was. And then I'll stop there because I'm actually going to be busy with like stuff by then, and I won't really have time to record. I'd mainly be doing DDLC mod recordings or whatnot, so I just really don't have time for this. But yeah, basically, unfortunately, I'm not sure. You actually can't use this. Because like then you have to walk all the way through the 2 abandoned wings in order to get out and get like 10 encounters. So yeah, I'm actually gonna save here. But because yeah, obviously, if it isn't obvious, something's gonna happen here. I mean, yeah, I just need to save or whatnot. So yeah, let's save there. Oh shoot! Oh no! I mentioned there was a battle, but I didn't actually swap around my Pokemon. Looking at this, what should I do? I'm thinking about who I should hint. First Pokemon Ground Psychic. I guess that I can give that away. So who should I use against a ground psychic? I guess Jackbox, I think. It doesn't have a move that's super effective against me, so that may not be too bad of an option. Yeah, that actually makes sense. The Jackbox is definitely the weak link in my team right now, so any chance I can use him, I probably should take it. So, and yeah, the levels for this are 50 to 53, but yeah, we need to get through this interaction first. So there we go. Are we all here? Yeah, that was Zachary, the librarian. You see that glow over in the back? That's the orb that supposedly has to do with the prophecy. That's not even an orb. That's like, that's not an orb. I don't know. That's more like just, I don't even know. That it doesn't seem physical. Like an orb would be physical. Seems like a load of rubbish in my opinion. I doubt there even was a prophecy. It's probably just a legend. Because for whatever reason, it was like implied that the augurs knew about the or not the augurs. That's just Yaron. But the cult leaders at least knew about the prophecy, which would kind of be weird if no one could activate it. But anyways, go ahead, get this over with. Okay, why are we the only ones walking up? I assume Damien and Nora would do that too. Because at least Damien, he has one of the, okay, ignoring that, he is one of the Pokemon who, like we mentioned, the prophecy is that there are 3 mystic Pokemon, and one of the people who own those 3 would ultimately defeat the cults, or defeat all the cults and bring peace to the region or whatnot. And Damien's still one of those, so it's not like we're the guaranteed person the prophecy is about. Obviously, we know it's true because we're the protagonist, but I mean, within the context of this story, it still could be Damien. He's still an option. Who dares wake me? What was that? I mean, obviously, it's coming from the orb. That's not even an orb. Like, that looks like a flame. What's happening? This has never happened before. Of course, because we're special. Also, what's his hair? Like, look at Zachary's hair. Like, the bottom right corner of his head is just completely shaven. So good to be awake again. I mean, again. So I guess he's been waiting until the specific person who the prophecy was about, which is us. Who we have here? House guests? Yeah. I mean, how long has the Utira library existed? Because I mean, ultimately, like, for everyone who's visited him in the past has not been able to wake it or whatnot. But how this orb, or it looks more like a flame, got here. It ultimately had to have like not moved or whatnot. It's not like it can just travel. It had to have stayed there. So basically, the library had to be built around it if it existed prior to the library. If you're after the prophecy, you'll need to work harder than that. Because here's the thing, according to Zachary, like, it's never done this before, so we knew, like, we've got it or whatnot. That, like, even if we don't know the specific prophecy, we know that, okay, we're special in some sort of way. So in a sense, like, getting the prophecy is actually meaningless at this point. We just know, we play some sort of role in this story or whatnot. And then again, I really don't know why we were the only one who walked up, because the prophecy could be about Damien as well, because he has one of the 3 mystic Pokemon who were stated to basically defeat the cults and bring peace to a region. That's right, I'm the one who wrote it long ago. Presumably you could see the future then, probably see this very moment, if, the prophecy is true. But you're dead wrong if you think I'll just tell you. That doesn't make sense though, because like, let's say you're writing a prophecy, okay? Clearly you had some sort of vision or dream or like some sort of glimpse into the future, and you're writing it down to try and ensure the truth. Like, what would be the point of going through all that effort? You get reawoken by the person who presumably the prophecy is about, just say, oh, I'm not going to tell you. Like, that literally makes zero sense here. Like, if you're not going to, like, I just don't understand. Okay, I was the prophet of Arceus and the Oracle of Delphox. I don't know what either of those, but so he's intangible as well, just like the other people. But obviously, he's the person who wrote the prophecy. So he's actually special as opposed to just presumably a normal dead person. I've been preaching since before Hone was created. We don't know when Hone was created. This is like some AZ type shit or whatnot, where he's been around for like 3,000 years. If you want to know a secret of the future, you have to take it by force. This was the battle I was talking about. So, this guy's the prophet, like, Ancient Oracle ? So he's the prophecy holder or whatnot. He created the prophecy. He had a vision, future or whatnot. Wrote it down, died, stayed as an orb or a flame until the person could awake him, and ultimately the prophecy. Like we said, we don't even need to know the prophecy. Just the fact that we woke him shows that basically, if we don't know prophecy specifically, we play a very important part in what's about to go down regarding the cult in the region or whatnot. Because presumably before, none of the cults, or at least before the Sky Cult, none of the cults have really been able to summon their own legendary. So Yaren actually summoning Rayquaza is a pretty big deal. I mean, that's not something to be taken lightly. Fatal. Yeah, this is the ground. I'm going to use Volt Seed here. I guess it has no, well, it does have a physical attack, but I mean, I'm going to use Volt Seed here. Earth Power. Let's see how much damage that'll do. Okay, thank God that doesn't two-shot. Let's Volt Seed. Please hit like 5 times. Or, of course, it only hits twice. But I can assuming I don't get another 2 Bullet Seed or 2-shot, then okay. Good thing I kept Jackbox in the front, because Jackbox is, like I said, the weakest link on my team, and it's basically fodder. So it just needs to learn better moves. It learns Seed Bomb in a couple of levels. I mentioned a lot of my Pokemon learn moves at level 50. But here's the thing, though. Which Pokemon used Explosion before? It was it Tane? No, I think it was East. One of his Pokemon used Explosion type move. And then the Pokemon he summoned was next in line on the wiki. On the wiki, his next Pokemon is Jellicent. So I think there's a decent chance he'll actually send in Spicy Ice counter. It doesn't have a move that's super effective. It only has one move in general. It only has one attacking. So let's see, is he going to send in Jellicent? Okay, I was 100% wrong. This is actually a very bad matchup here. I assume it's going to use a fire type move. It does have a fire type move. There's nothing I can do against this. I'm going to switch out. That was actually a fail. Like that was not good. I can either swap. The thing is, I want to save Demon for later. This is obviously a ghost. Oh my god, that's actually funny. Because yeah, he said he was the Oracle Delphox, and he has a Delphox. So yeah, I think I swap into Sandman here. I'm hoping Sandman can take Fire Blast, because that's what the Delphox is our main fire move. Assume that. If it won't get 2-shot by fire, okay, use Psychic instead. Don't know why. Okay, whoa. Oh my god, that was a crit. Okay, I'm gonna use a Hyper Potion because it has a Choice Scarf, so it's locked into Psychic now. I ultimately want to see how much it'll do if it doesn't crit. That kind of sucks that it got crit. I think it won't 2-shot me with Psychic, especially with leftovers. I think, just got lucky with the crits, so yeah. And then obviously I Earthquake it. So yeah, this is the only Pokemon I think. Oh, let's see. So yeah, so that doesn't 2-shot me. That's why I was like, the crit. I was hoping that'd be a crit. So let's see. Yeah, let's use Earthquake and Psychic. Unless this Psychic crits, that just starts like RNG. Really? It didn't die? Do I use another? Because that's honestly, really, that's literally got to be like 10 HP. I mean, come on. I'm going to use another Hyper Potion just because, kind of sucks. I'm only on 1 Hyper Potion now, but yeah, that kind of sucks with RNG, the crit or whatnot. That basically made me waste a Hyper Potion. Because, yeah, I want to kill it, but I mean, oh my god, he has a store. I wonder, I hope he only has 1 though, but I guess, please, I actually never knew, oh my god. Please, deal max damage and kill it. Okay, thank god. That's why I was like, really? It survived on 10 HP? I mean, come on. That's a waste of time. At least if it survives, have it on yellow. Don't insult me and bring it down to 10 HP. Okay, Jellicent. Yeah. don't Sandman isn't useful against any other Pokemon. I'm gonna use it as fodder here. Yeah, I really have nothing that can touch this. So yeah, I'm just gonna use Sandman as fodder. Name I need to waste Hyper Potions on him. I tanked that. Oh my god, I tanked the Scald. That's pretty funny. Uh, and then yeah, Cursed Body. That's kind of an obnoxious ability. Like, yeah, I guess Pokemon. No, I mean, I could use Here's the thing though. I could use a max. Well, no, because Grass isn't that effective against Ghosts. I'm not bringing back. I'm not bringing back. What is it? Jackbox. Ultimately, I'm just gonna use Salmon as fodder. So yeah, let's do this. Have it kill me. Unfortunately, it gets another leftovers, but I mean, I need to use it as fodder for it's actually its only attack is Scald, but yeah, now I can use what is it? Now I can use Spice Gas. That's why I swapped Spice Gas in to begin with, because I thought going to Jelson or whatnot. But yeah, I can use Spice Gas against this. So yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, so now we can use Shockwave, and hopefully that kills it. If not, I mean, that kind of sucks. First body, that's like such a ability. Oh my god. That's unfortunate. Wait. Yeah, I mean, oh my god, I used to. Yeah, that's kind of obnoxious. I mean, I know. I guess I'm not going to use Nuzzle because that won't kill it. Mainly because Spicy Ice's attack is garbage. I need to hope that Ice Beam kills it. Like on this HP. Okay. This Cursed Body. Oh my god. That's such a Cursed Body is such a troll ability. I mean, at this point, I'm just going to use Nuzzle for the guaranteed paralysis. Honestly, Spicy Ice is no use against other Pokemon on his team. Like this fodder. I just think that's troll. Like that Cursed Body is such a troll ability. Like I just want to get the paralysis off. Now that it's just spamming cover. I mean, yeah, I wonder when the yeah, I mean, so which Pokemon of mine died? I guess because I can't do anything against this Jellicent. Basically, okay, Sandman. I could actually bring Sandman back. I'm willing to use the Max Revive on it. Because the issue is I can't touch this thing. I just need to use Spicy Ice as fodder. So I may as well just kind of do everything in my power to like off my team while I'm using Spicy Ice as fodder. So yeah, Jackbox doesn't do anything. Sandman can still be of use against Pokemon. I probably should have just used normal revive and a hyper potion, but I mean, honestly, I think that's just kind of troll. Like Cursed by is such a troll. Yeah, and I mean, I guess okay. So now I'm no longer disabled, so I can deal a bit of damage against the shock. But I mean, Cursed by is such like a troll ability or whatnot. Hold on, wait. Why didn't it activate this time? What percent chance of it? There's a 30% chance. That's such a troll. So hold on, wait a second. What was I using? I got cursed body effect. I got the cursed body effect on Sandman. Yeah, initially, that's honestly really such a troll. So it hit 30% chances in a row. That's like Cleaver can't even hit 80% chance moves in a row. Like that's honestly such a troll. Okay, now I just need to think about like, okay, whatever move it uses. Because here's the thing, I don't want to send in a Pokemon, use a move, and then curse body activates. Here's what I think, okay? I'm gonna send in Man-Bat. Or I guess I could also send in Cleaver. A bite may be able to kill it. I guess it's locked in, or well, it's only attacking with the Scald, but Man-Bat really doesn't serve a use against the rest of his Pokemon, so I think I used Man-Bat here. I need to take Curse By into consideration. That's such a troll ability, and knowing my luck RNG, like watch this. Hold on. I'm gonna actually use Confused Ray, just in case Cursed Body activates on Confused Ray. Like I can actually bait out the Cursed Body. It may only work on attacks though. Okay, but yeah. I actually don't know that, but yeah, I'm gonna use Bite to try and bait the Cursed Body because I honestly think Cursed Body is such a troll. So it might kill it though. No, I didn't kill it, but okay, it flinched though. Incursed by it inactivated. That's why like I'm not gonna send in like Demon, Mega Evolve, use Shadow Ball just for Shadow Ball to become stable. Like I need to use like I need to do a strategy like this while to take taking first buy into consideration. It's just like such a troll ability. Yeah, now he's got 3 Pokemon left. Yeah, like Manbat's kind of useless against whatever other Pokemon, so I'm just gonna confuse Manbat's fodder. He used King Shield. That's honestly funny because we learned earlier that when I was fighting Nora, Confuse Ray goes through King Shield. That's actually pretty funny. So yeah, I really can't do anything here. I guess I use Poison. Well, just hold on. I actually don't know whether Poison affects Steel. I can use Poison Fang and hope to get Poison. Okay, it doesn't affect Steel. That's what I actually didn't know that. I thought it was just not very effective. But the more you learn, yeah, I mean, it has leftovers though. But yeah, I guess what Pokemon do I have that are fainted? Okay, I could just use because Manbat, I mean, is basically fire. I could bring back Spicy Ice. I could use like Revive. Uh, I don't know, 5 and Hyper Potion. Because Manbat really can't touch this and want to use it as a fodder or whatnot. So yeah. So yeah, let's use this Revive on a Spicy Ice. And that's not my last Revive, but this will be my last Hyper Potion. Because he's got 3 Pokemon left. He's got this Aegislash and 2 others. Actually, Gengar and Bayonet. Okay, that's kind of. Why is the substitute floating? Is that, I don't know, but I mean, I'm not too about that. I guess I'm gonna use the Hyper Potion and then just spam attacks with that to break his substitute. Like a single bite should at least be enough to break his substitute. I don't think it'll have problems with that or whatnot. So yeah. So yeah, now I'm kind of done. But I mean, yeah, that was necessary because Manbat at this point is fodder. I wasn't gonna switch into a good Pokemon ultimately just to have first body like disable its primary attack. Like that's such a troll. Crit. I was about to say, is that really gonna one shot me? Like, come on. Is it gonna use King Shield now? One. Who wants to bank on it using King Shield? I'm willing to bank on it using King Shield. Let's go for Confuse Ray. Okay, there we go. Trolled. Oh my god. Like we predicted that real hard. That's bad part on the Oracle. Because now it just gets confused again, and I don't get my attack load. Oh, it doesn't work against substitute. At the very least, it doesn't have a priority move, so I can just use fight here. Hopefully take out the substitute. Please take out the substitute. Oh my god, it didn't take out the substitute. Oh well. I was really hoping. I forgot Confused Ray couldn't go through substitute. Okay, so who do we use here? That's the question. Honestly, I guess I'm gonna use the Sandman here because I don't want to use Demon because it has a Ghost type move. Neither Creeper nor Spicy Ice has a Steel type move. Like we saw all its moves, right? So yeah, now we just need to use our Earthquake here. It doesn't have Levitate, so Shield form. Oh my god, I'm getting trolled by this. It doesn't matter though, because I just need to break its substitute. So let's see. Hold on. So let's see. I'm not even sure that'll 2-shot me. Yeah, that doesn't 2-shot me, and now its substitute's actually dead. Thank God. Okay, so it's probably gonna use King Shield, so I can probably do if I have any sort of healing item, I could probably use it. Let's see. Do I have like any berries? PP like dragon? No. So honestly, I could. Yeah, I know it's gonna shield this firm, so I can just use an ether or something, or maybe a revive. Which of my Pokemon are dead? I can bring back Manbat. That's actually kind of funny. Yeah, I know it's gonna use King Shield this turn. Like I can just do that. There we go. Yeah, just avoid King Shield. Like, it's like it doesn't make sense to attack. You know it's King Shield. Like you might as well just kind of make the most out of like those what I would consider dead turns or whatnot. Yeah, let's use Earthquake. It tried again. Oh my god. Oh, it's I'm such an idiot because it can just if it doesn't work, you know, it can use it again. But I'm yeah, need to start using Earthquake now. So like, oh my god. Well, we're gonna break the substitute though. So I mean, yeah, that it doesn't really matter. So like, yeah, let's just continue. Is it gonna is it just gonna spam King Shield and substitute? Because I mean, if so, that's just a troll. Okay, it's using our because yeah, like substitute leftovers, like if it's just gonna spam those three moves, then I'm just legitimately not sure I can beat it. I mean, I think if it's just gonna do that, then I ultimately I'm honestly I'm wait, oh I was about to say like what did it do? Oh, I see. It sent oh my god. Yeah, I was like, okay, not gonna lie, that's good part on the AI. So here's the thing. I might as well get one attack off. Here's what I think. I use Rock. Well, actually, Rock Tomb's like the only attack I have that's normal effective. I use Sandman as a fodder here for the same reason, but I can at least use Rock Tomb to what's it called to lower its speed. So yeah, I guess and I had a life orb, right? So yeah, I should be able to tank our Shadow Ball, so I should lower its speed a bit more as well as its HP. So I mean, yeah, I did. So long as like Rock Tomb doesn't do something stupid like Miss, I should be good. There we go. So its speed is even lower. So I think all my Pokemon partially lowered. Partially lowered's like 50%. So I mean, pretty much all my Pokemon should be able to outspeed it. So yeah, let's just okay. I actually outsped it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, and then this attack should kill me because or it should kill it. I meant because it has a life orb, right? So life orb damage should kill it. Oh, it's on like 1 HP. Okay, here's the issue. It is Destiny Bond. So, I mean, here's what I think. I'm going to use Spicy Ice and then Ice Shard because it is Destiny Bond. Or I guess, do I use Manbat here? Yeah, because I mean, the main issue with Manbat is that I have no more. So, it's kind of perpetually on like half HP. So, yeah, you can use Manbat here. Manbat isn't good against the Slash anyway. So, at least like with Spicy Ice, I could use it for like paralysis type stuff. So yeah, let's use bite and kill it. Yeah. And then also man, that's the fastest. So that kind of avoids the issue. Now it's lowered. So let's see what he sends in now. Aegis Slash. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna use Confuse Ray or whatnot, just because I don't yeah, use Confuse Ray. I was gonna say if you use King Shield, Confuse Ray will go through it and substitute stuff. So yeah, that's kind of and now Manbat's gonna use fodder. I'll try and use a bite though. I guess in that confusion did a lot of damage. I guess there's no point in using like either. I just need to even if he, I'm just still gonna try and break through it. Okay, it didn't use King Shield. That's honestly that's a mistake on its part. I mean, I was gonna say even if he uses substitute, hopefully bite breaks it. It may not, but Manbat's level 52 or whatnot. So it's actually the highest level person right now. So this is its last Pokemon, Bayonet. It's actually a Mega. So we'll just use Confuse because again, at this point, Manbat's basically fodder. I still have a full health cleaver and which knows Night Slash, so that's a pretty big deal. And a full health Spicy Ice and full health of Demon, which Demon is obviously gonna be the one. Okay, use a Will-Wisp for whatever reason. So that's kind of again, Manbat's fodder. So what it uses is kind of relevant. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna use Poison Fang because there's the potential to poison it. So okay, it's actually faster, so it's pretty fast. It hurt itself. If I can poison it, that'd actually be pretty good because Poison Fang actually leads to badly poison. I think like a 30% chance on a poison thing, actually. It has a decent amount of chance of poison. So let's see. Is it gonna poison? Okay, I got poison. That's badly poison. So it's like the toxic effects. Nice. I'm getting lucky. Fusion 2. Man-Bat may single-handedly take down this Bane. Do I? I'm not sure I outspeed it, though. I don't think a bite will kill it, because I'm on, like, but the poison damage will kill it if bite doesn't, because I'm also burned as well. So, yeah, poison damage should kill it. Okay, snapped out of its confusion. Yeah, it killed me, so dang. So nothing's going to get experience for this Bayonet. That kind of sucks. Because oh, no. Whoever I swap in will get experience for this Bayonet. Who do I want to swap in? I guess knockoff is actually its only move, but yeah, so, I'm going to swap in Spicy Ice. I'm going to have Spicy Ice take the experience. I can just use Ice Shard and kill it. Yeah, that was actually pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, so we can use, let's use Ice Shard. Oh my god. Thank God I survived that. I didn't know Sucker Punch went before Ice Shard. That was only 2,000 experience? Are you joking? I literally got more experience from Pokemon. Let's see. He's like, wow, I really can't believe I got beat. How did he transfer his Pokemon over to the afterlife? I mean, how did he keep his Pokemon around? I'm not sure how that, like, the logistics of that would work. Same with, like, the logistics of, like, sacrificing East and having him become the Jade Orb, like his soul essence. Like, the logistics of that got to be confusing. Heck, not bad. Okay, now he's tangible. Like, or now he's, like, not transparent. So presumably he's, like, a physical part of this world now. See, all right, I'll spill the beans. I'll spill the what? Like, you can't tell me, like, this guy, like, had a dream or, like, vision, like, glimpse into the future, like, wrote down a prophecy, died, like, had his, like, I guess, sort of essence, like, embodied in that flame or orb, and ultimately the one to wake the prophecy would bring him back. And then he's just going to use the phrase spill the beans, like, casually, like, okay, the prophecy has been misunderstood many, many times. I actually don't remember this from my first playthrough or run-through. I don't remember exactly what he said, so, and that's interesting that, yeah, I actually straight up barely remember this part from my initial playthrough or run-through. So it'll be interesting to see what he says. Misunderstood. So what is it then? Even the cult leaders have never heard the correct version. Okay, so that confirms that the cult leaders have heard the prophecy. So either they've been here and got it from him, or, they found a book or something, which would be the easier version. Or maybe they just got the prophecy from, like, mouth to mouth or whatnot, like conversation. Let's see. Wait, so they don't know what the real prophecy says? Let's keep it that way. Well, we don't even know what the real prophecy is, so that's right. And that was Nora saying that. So, yeah, I mean, we can't be, like, talking, like, shit to the cultists for not knowing the real prophecy when we don't even know it either. I'm not going to read you the entire thing. It's a terrible poem that's easy to misinterpret, and I don't want to be that oracle, It makes sense, because that's probably what they did. They're like, this poem means one thing. So it's in the form of a poem then. And apparently no one just understands poetry. Either that or it's just unneededly complicated or likely has multiple interpretations. I guess that's sort of the answer that probably every single cult interpreted it in their own way. Like Yern, Persephone, Audrey, freaking, like, everyone, like, interpreted it in a different way. Freaking Rukra, Tane, like, all those guys. I hope you're ready. Ahem. The first thing predicted was the emergence of a hero chosen by a legendary Pokemon. That part we know. And we know it's one of the 3 mystic Pokemon. Like, ultimately, Hoopa, Shaman, or Mew. Well, obviously, the first Augur at Hoopa is missing, gone, apparently. I was actually theorizing that the first Augur was the Oracle, but no, that doesn't make any sense. And so we know it's either us or Damien. Maybe all 3 if the Augur comes back. Secondly, this hero will succeed, undefeated and torn. They'll move on victorious. That's very vague. It doesn't mention anything about the cults, actually. The last secret piece of information is that in the end, the hero will join the Infernal Cult and betray their friends. Actually, damn. I don't remember this from my first playthrough or run through. I straight up don't remember this from my first playthrough or run through. Well, that's freaking, yeah, I legitimately, this is like new information to me. I don't, oh my God, that's good. Like, that's really good. Like, honestly, that's such a good twist. Like, obviously, not as big as of a twist as Yeren being the leader of the Sky Cult or whatnot. Like, that's like straight up the first main climax of the game. But this is a pretty good twist. Like, presumably the cults just knew the first two pieces of information. They knew that ultimately the person to defeat the cults would be chosen by it. In fact, he didn't even mention the cults until now. Just the person would be chosen by a mystic Pokemon and go undefeated in the region, which is very vague in and of itself. This is the only specific part to this prophecy, that the hero will join the Infernal Cult and betray their friends. So, okay, this actually tells us a lot of things. This tells us a lot of things, all right? This is actually really funny. Oh my God. This is so good. Like, this is good. Okay, there's a lot of stuff I can talk about here. There's a lot of stuff to break down. Okay. One, that basically the Infernal Cult's going to win in the end if the one prophesized to defeat all the cults ends up joining them. So presumably this is GG for the Infernal Cult. I mean, we only saw them at one point in the game, and that was the very beginning. Presumably before this point, they were a weak cult. Like, I was like, the Infernal Cult was probably the weakest cult, besides maybe the Darkrai Cult by that point. But ultimately, if the hero is going to join the Infernal Cult, then that likely makes them the strongest by default, given the person who is destined to, I guess, be undefeatable and go around being the cults or whatnot will end up joining their cult specifically and likely defeat the rest while spearheading their own cult. So presumably by this point, the Infernal Cult, in the end game, they're ultimately going to win, regardless of what happens now. Ultimately, regardless of what Yeren does, regardless of what Rukra does, regardless of what we do, ultimately the Infernal Cult will win in the end. Second off, we still don't know who the hero is in this scenario. Obviously, we were able to awaken the Oracle or whatnot, and now that he's not transparent, he's like legitimately like he seems physical at this point. He's not transparent. It's like he's presumably like a physical part of this world at this point. Like, exists on this plane, at least as of now. But yeah, the hero is still vague, Either that could be one of the three people, chosen by the Mystic Pokemon, or one of the people chosen by the three Mystic Pokemon, either us, Damien, or the first Augur. In fact, there could be a possibility that, the first Augur, if this could either refer to the first Augur, and if that's the case, he's likely already the head of the Infernal Cult, or there's a good possibility he could already be leading the Infernal Cult and we just don't know it. That could refer to either Damien betraying us and joining the Infernal Cult, which doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Or it could ultimately be us having the option to join the Infernal Cult when the time comes. It could refer to either three of us, the first Augur, Damien, or us. We don't know who it is. Like, again, he's being vague, just the hero. And presumably the hero means one of the three chosen by the Mystic Pokemon, or the person, like someone chosen by one of the three Mystic Pokemon, which, again, either us, Damien, or the first Augur. In fact, I don't actually know who. We've never met the leader of the Infernal Cult. There's a decent possibility the first Augur could be the leader of the Infernal Cult, just like in hiding or in secret or whatnot. Kind of like how Yeren's the leader of the Sky Cult. It's not too out of the way to say that the first Augur ultimately joined the Infernal Cult, likely for whatever reason. Because, I mean, that would coincide with his disappearance. Ultimately, he stages his own disappearance and goes on spearheading the Infernal Cult. Because, I mean, Yeren, he's leading a cult. It's not too outlandish to say the first Augur was leading a cult as well. And this would confirm that if the hero is, in fact, the first Augur. Because, like we said, the hero applies to either the first Augur, Damien, or us, given that, the hero's the person chosen by one of the three Mystic Pokemon. And I guess that could refer to Nora, but she's technically not a part of it. Like, she doesn't have the one of the three Mystic Pokemon, but this could also refer to her. it'll likely refer to either us, Damien, Nora, or the first augur. I don't see it referring to anyone else. I barely see it referring to Nora as well. I think the third sort of implication of this is ultimately that, the Infernal Cult existed in the time of the ancient oracle. So presumably these cults have been around for quite some time. I mean, ancient oracle reference, like knowing, or maybe that might not even necessarily be the case. Like we said, if he had a glimpse into the future and saw, like, wrote down some prophecy, the Infernal Cult didn't necessarily need to exist back then. But at the very least, there's a possibility that these cults have been around for way longer than we thought. Either that, or he simply, learned about the Infernal Cult through his glimpse into the future or whatnot. But I think this is a really interesting plot point here, because I straight up don't remember this from my first run or playthrough. I ultimately think this is a really interesting plot point, and this will ultimately, let's hope it doesn't come to fruition, but there will ultimately be plot around this, hopefully in the future. Either that or it's a wasted opportunity. But I do think this is really interesting. Damn, this is really interesting. I think the main takeaway, though, is ultimately, this prophecy will likely come to fruition. This prophecy will likely be true. That's not the issue isn't whether or not it will be true. The issue is who the hero is referring to, I think. The hero, again, we said, could refer to one of the people chosen by the 3 mystic Pokemon, either the first augur, who could already be leading the Infernal Cult. It's not too outlandish given his disappearance and how Yern's also leading a cult. Not too outlandish to say the first augur would be leading one. 2, we could refer to Damien, which I doubt. I mean, that'd be the ultimate twist, that Damien, kind of like the good boy, like goody two-shoes child, would ultimately end up joining the Infernal Cult. It could refer to us, which would likely come in the form of a choice to join the Infernal Cult later in the game, if that's the case. Or it could even refer to Nora, because hero, it implies the person chosen by one of the 3 mystic Pokemon, or a person chosen by one of the 3 mystic Pokemon, but it could ultimately refer to any protagonist in this situation. It could even, like I said, there's a slim chance it could refer to Nora, but ultimately we won't know that. But yeah, I mean, I think this is really interesting. Let's see everyone's reaction. That's basically, let's see, hold on. Wait, what? One of us is going to join the Infernal Cult? Yeah. Listen, I mean, this doesn't look good for me here. I mean, I got red hair already, so, like, that's already kind of a red flag, like a sign. Damien's like, hold on. Process of elimination here. Because he's thinking about us 3, like him, Nora, and us. He's like, one of us is joining the Infernal Cult. Okay. I mean, I guess it's not the first augur. It could still refer to the first augur, though. Like, if heroes used to refer to one of the people chosen by the 3 mystic Pokemon. So Damien thinking us 3, but perhaps maybe it is only referring to us 3 and not the first augur. Maybe the first augur is legitimately dead. I'm just still keeping an open mind. It could ultimately refer to the first augur. But yeah, you can't leave us with that. Who's the hero? How can we stop that from happening? Yeah, that's the problem here. Not whether or not it's true, but who the hero is in this situation. How can we stop? He's going to be like, that's all I have to say. I'm going to head out. See, you can't avoid fate, Nora. So that's interesting. He knows Nora's name. And he's directly referred to her in the second person. Is that a sign? Is that foreshadowing? Because, I mean, that's worded very oddly. Like, you can't avoid fate, Nora. Like, the fact that, A, he knows her name. 2, that he's referring to her in the second person. Like, specifically saying, you yourself can't avoid fate. Is she going to be the one to betray us? I mean, that seems like what it's foreshadowing. Because ultimately, I wasn't thinking, okay, this likely doesn't apply to Nora. It ultimately probably applies to one of the people chosen by the mystic Pokemon or whatnot, which would either be the first augur, Damien, or us. But given this sentence, given how, A, he knows her name, 2, it's the second in the second person, that ultimately brings Nora to the forefront, is along with Damien, us in the first augur. So ultimately, it's quite possible it could be her. This could ultimately be foreshadowing. I don't like how I was using the second person there. Okay, he just straight up disappears. honestly, that's starting to make me think it's ultimately Nora. I mean, you can't, between him knowing her name and using the second person, because he didn't even refer to us by our name. Like, he didn't refer to Damien by his name. Ultimately, but he did refer to Nora by her name and use the second person. So ultimately, maybe Nora's the one to betray us and join the Infernal Cult. I don't know, though. But because before, ultimately, all I think this means for us is before, given that I thought it would only be one of the people chosen by a mystic Pokemon, ultimately we can't count Nora out given that sentence. So we know one of 4 people are going to betray, like, we know one of 4 people are ultimately going to join the Infernal Cult and, like, betray the region or whatnot. Because friends could ultimately just substitute for, like, region, because that's really what the betrayal level is going to, like, or the level the betrayal will take. It could ultimately be the first Augur, who could likely be already the leader of the Infernal Cult, given we know it's not outlandish for the Augur to be a leader of a cult. So it could either be Damien, us, or Nora. I'm thinking it will more likely be Nora than Damien. That just seems really against Damien's character, but especially given that last sentence, like the second person and him knowing Nora's name, I think that's a pretty big deal. Maybe Nora, maybe she's the one who betrays us. I mean, that's interesting. But you can't say he doesn't have a flair for the dramatic. And oh my God, hold on, I completely forgot Zachary was here. Like, Zachary's literally just like a random citizen at this point. He's like watching all this go down. He knows that one of us 3 are gonna betray, like, the region and join the Infernal Cult, but he's like, I really can't do anything about that. I mean, he can just kind of watch from the sidelines. It's like, shut up. How can you stay so calm? Oh my God. We were just told one of us is a traitor. This isn't the time to joke around. Let's see. Well, he did say that you'll get rid of the cults, right? But we'll join the Infernal Cult. I'm a librarian. As prophecies go, I've heard far worse. Plus, nobody knows about this, right? You can use that to your advantage. That's true, because here's the thing. Presumably, because we know the cult leaders at least know about the prophecy, but they likely only know about the first 2 parts. That's honestly funny. The Infernal Cult specifically, like, I love how it's like the Infernal Cult specifically, as opposed to saying something vague like, in the end, one of them will betray, like, their friends and join a cult. But they mentioned the Infernal Cult specifically. The Infernal Cult just went from being like a backseat cult to, like, at the forefront of this whole thing. So presumably, like, in the end game, the Infernal Cult's gonna win, given whoever it's referring to. I think, honestly, I'm not sure. I can't see it referring to Damien. I really can't see it referring to Damien. I just can't see his character ultimately betraying us. He's such a good boy in this. He's like such a good 2 shoes. But that'd be the biggest twist. I think it's either referring to the first Augur, who would likely already be leading the Infernal Cult if that's the case. Because again, not outlandish for the Augur to be leading a cult. Us, if we're given ultimately like a choice to join the Infernal Cult later in the game, or Nora. I see this more referring to Nora than Damien, if anything. But yeah, honestly, that's with whatever librarian stuff I can help with. See, he's literally just like an average person, like, who got wrapped up in this. Nora, listen, don't panic about this, okay? Don't panic, Damien. We just got told we're going to lose. People are going to die. Worrying about this isn't going to help. We need to work together. If we're going to let this make us turn on each other, we might as well give up now. Oh, criticizing me already, Damien? If I were an Infernal Cultist in disguise, I wouldn't draw attention to myself. But of course, you wouldn't know anything about tact, would you? Because, I mean, Damien was all... Was Nora referring to the incident with Damien at Vipik Town? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, Damien's actually trying to, like... I can't see Damien, like... If it's Damien, that's going to... Oh, my God. That's going to be such a good twist if it's Damien. But, I mean, I honestly see it referring more to either Nora or the first Augur or us. I'm willing to count Damien out, given I'm like his character, but let's see. Not Mr. I ran my mouth in front of cultists and got kidnapped in a garbage dump. So she was referring to the Vipik incident. And yeah, now he's like saying, Nora, please stop. You know what I think, Damien? I think your Jesus Christ. That's his stepmother? Oh my God. I thought that was his real mother. God, that's sad. I mean, oh my God. So honestly, I thought those were Damien's real. I didn't know. I must have missed out. Like, I must have been not paying attention in the beginning because I didn't think that those were his step parents. I thought they were his actual parents, but step parents, damn. So who's his real mother then? Probably dead, killed by cults. I don't know. Like, that's kind of irrelevant who his real mother is, right? I mean, like, that really doesn't matter at this point. Like, I'm going to go now. Let's see you in Sonata Siri. There's a gym there, and we'll need his badge in order to dive. So he actually knows that. Yeah, it's the 4th gym. Let's see. Why did I say all that? Because you're an idiot. I don't know what came up. Honestly, I'm ruling Damien out. But I mean, maybe he does though. Because ultimately, maybe he's like had enough of Nora shit and just straight up joins the Infernal Cult. He's like, yeah, these two people, like, they like treat me like shit. I'm gonna like get back at them. I don't know. I'm interested because I straight up don't remember this from the first playthrough or first run through. Don't know why, but I just don't. I feel awful. I'm going to go apologize. Really hope I didn't hurt him. I can't lose some. Who's somebody else? We don't even know. Like, you can't just say that, Damien. Who's somebody else in this situation? I don't know. I straight up don't remember any of that from the first playthrough. I mean, maybe, okay, I think Damien's still a possibility now. I'm not willing to rule him out. Please let the escape ropes work now. I really don't want to walk all the way back. That's such a pain. Please. Oh my God. Hold on. Maybe I can use it. Maybe I can use it in the other abandoned wing. Oh my. Really? Escape ropes don't work? Come on. I literally have like 0 Pokemon. I have like 2 Pokemon like that are alive. Or actually I have 3. But I mean, wow, that's actually really interesting. Oh, the main takeaway is ultimately that could be the issue isn't whether or not it's true. I guess, yeah, the issue isn't whether or not it's true. And also, like, I could talk about our points, like, Damien, like, honestly, I thought that was his actual mother. I didn't know. Oh my God. I have to walk through this all. Such a pain. But yeah, I didn't know, that was Damien's stepmother in the beginning of the game. I honestly don't remember that. So, but who his real mother is, like, she could be dead. Like, that really doesn't matter. That's probably a plot point. That's probably something that really makes sense. Like, there's no real point. And then second, like, Nora losing someone. We didn't know she lost someone before. But again, because it's kind of the same issue as with Damien's mother or whatnot. Like, ultimately, that's kind of irrelevant to, like, the plot. Though what really matters is, ultimately who the prophet, not necessarily whether or not the prophecy is true, but ultimately who the hero is referring to will be. I think ultimately I think it comes down to either one of 4 people. The first augur, who could potentially be already leading the Infernal Cult, if that's the case. Not outlandish that an augur is leading a cult. And second augur, or I guess, and then either one of us 3, which I think would be really interesting if it is. But I mean, Jesus. I said, okay, I'm going way too high up. Yeah, like I said, more and more, but ultimately, like, I think Damien, I'm willing to take that back. I think it could be either Damien or either Damien or Nora or us. I think there's an equal chance for us 3 because the way it works is if it's us, ultimately we'll probably get a choice to join them or to go against what the prophecy is stating. I think that's not too outlandish. If it's Damien, ultimately his motivation will be joining is likely if Nora keeps treating him like shit and ultimately he can't beat us. Maybe, he just kind of gives up on this whole stopping the cults. He's like, oh, like, what's the point of doing this? Like, what's the point in trying to do this if ultimately I can't get respect by the people closest to me or whatnot? Like, ultimately there doesn't really seem to be a point in that if that's the case. And then if it's Nora, ultimately, because again, we knew Nora she's fairly like knowledgeable, like she's fairly intelligent, like she had knowledge about the whole legendary thing. She had knowledge about pretty much everything besides this prophecy, which is probably why she took the revelation so seriously. But yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big issue. Like, if it's her, it'll ultimately be like, I think even if it's her, it wouldn't be like she planned on joining from the beginning. It would ultimately be like a pull the rug out. If it were any of us 3, it'd be a pull the rug out from under us. But like I said, we can't rule out the first augur. Like, if he is still alive, it is likely that he could just straight up be the leader of the Infernal Cult. Also, yeah, so those trainers finally left, so we can continue down here, whatnot. Is there anything there? Is there anything in this rock? No. All right, I'm gonna end it here. Wow, that took a lot of time, but I mean, that was honestly, I straight up don't. Hold on. Actually, let me do something here. Where's the? Oh my god, I have to walk all the way back because I'm gonna swap out Crobat for Demix because I want to train up Demix. But yeah, I mean that's really interesting. Like, I think that's really interesting. I straight up don't remember that from the first runner playthrough. But yeah, that's a pretty big deal. And we know ultimately, like we said, the issue isn't ultimately whether or not it's true, it's who the hero is referring to. It's likely referring to one of four people, either the first augur or one of us three. I mean, there's arguments for all of them, like I presented. But it'll be interesting to see who it's ultimately referring to. Because I wouldn't pin one as more likely than the other. I think they all have an equal chance of being true. They all have their reasons, sort of, to ultimately come to fruition. But it will be very interesting. Yeah, so yeah, ultimately that'll be interesting. If I'd hold on, I'm gonna do this. All right, I'll come back to this video. I'll remember this point in time in this series, because like I said, there's an equal chance for all four. But like, I ultimately need to say who I think it'll be, because if I'm right now, then ultimately that'll be like such a epic moment when the reveal does come. But I mean, because like I said, I assume it's gonna be true. Otherwise, what's the point of including that as a plot, like as a plot point or whatnot, or as like a moment in this series? Like, it's the Infernal Cult specifically too. I mean, like, I think if they didn't refer to it as the Infernal Cult and just said one of the heroes will betray their friends and join the cults or whatnot, I think that'd be more likely to be not true. But given that they referred to the Infernal Cult specifically, I'm willing to hedge my bets on it being true. Yeah, basically, so this is going to be the end. The only thing I'm going to do yeah, that's basically all I needed to do. Battle that, and then ultimately swap out Demix or Crobat for Demix. Yeah, ultimately it was good that I split this up from the previous part, because this took like close to an hour. But yeah, I'm just going to say, the last thing I'm going to say is I need to make my prediction, right? Because like, ultimately, like I said, it could refer to one of us four, really. But I mean, like, just saying, it could refer to, I could equally say, it could refer to any person in the series. And then I could say, I'm right. No, ultimately, I need to say who I think it is. Like, and then if I'm right later down the line, I can refer this. All right, so who do I think it'll be? Let's go process of elimination. I don't think it'll be Damien. Like, I think he's the least likely, if anything. I don't think it will refer to us. Because if it's had something like, okay, in the end, the hero will betray their friends and join the cults or whatnot, like, then I would be more likely to think, okay, it's us. We'll ultimately get a decision to join with the cults or whatnot. Like, if it is us, it'll take place in the form of a decision, right? Like, we ultimately choose to either join the cult or betray our friends. But given that they referred to the Infernal Cult specifically, I don't think it's going to be us. Because, I mean, I think it'll be I think it'll be someone, like, joining them without our knowledge or whatnot. So that leaves it to Nora or the first augur. I think if anything, it's going to be one of them two. Like I said, I think it refers to four people could ultimately be referred to by hero. I think it'll most likely be two, either the first augur or Nora. Who do I think it'll be? I'm going to say this. I think it'll be the first augur. I mean, that's why I'm willing to hedge my bets on. I ultimately think the first augur is going to be revealed as the current leader even of the Infernal Cult. Because like we said, it's not outlandish that the augur is leading a cult, but I think the first augur will ultimately come back, or not even necessarily come back, but be revealed as the leader of the Infernal Cult. Ultimately, it'll be revealed, he disappeared because he joined the Infernal Cult. He needed to stage his own disappearance, that he was like manipulating things behind the scenes, ultimately manipulating Yarn or whatnot. I think it's going to be the first auger. That's why I'm willing to hedge my bets on. And yeah, this is going to be the last save point because I saved like 3 times. But yeah, I need to hedge my bets on something, and I'm willing to hedge my bets on it being the first auger. So we'll ultimately see what happens when it comes to fruition. Because again, I think it's going to be true. Otherwise, why put it in? But yeah, so I guess that's really all for this part. I'm going to end it there. See you in the next one.